All right, I'm doing a bit of a restructure, so I don't even know when you guys are going to get this. This is for those interested in my comic, Doomsday Kingdom. If you're new here, I'll run through it a little bit. I'm going to show off what I got in the mail for the issue 5 and 6. This is called the Signature Series. They come with special book plates. Now, originally, just a real quick recap, we had an Indiegogo campaign that made this friggin' awesome volume, which contains 5 full comic issues in one book with a blood splatter cover. We're working on selling the last remaining 30 or so copies that come with free mini posters of all the different covers. I'm actually missing one. There's the clown one, and they come packaged like this. We sell them over on the Etsy store for right now. I just started a new job where I'm working 7 to 7 basically, so shipping's a bit tricky. If you can bear with me a bit, I'm going to get it out to you. Anyhow, one thing that we were working on is called the Signature Series, which comes with a signature of from me and the artist. He lives in UK, so these are always a incredible hassle to get done and dusted, but this was from issue 1. Now these are the prototypes, so the proofs, so if they're all beat up and whatever, that's why I'm manhandling them. These are my personal proof copies. Anyhow, that's issue 2, we got issue 3, and then issue 4, but in the mail, I had just gotten, now this is a bit of a bummer, I just got issue 5's Signature Series, with the clown on it. Wait, I might have did that in reverse. Issue... Alright, well, I think I did that in reverse. I think this is issue 6, and then issue 5 is in the box, but issue 5 is a bit of a problem. Here is how they show up. Nice packaged, and really well done, really well printed. Now, these are thick cards. That is a blank they put on top just so they don't get jacked up, but we get a nice bit here. Really clean print work. We go with a really good printer that knows what they're doing. That's actually friggin' awesome. And like I said, it'll get signed. Now they're all the same size from issue 1 on, and they're thick, they're not cheap, and they look pretty good. Now the artwork here is, the gimmick is, not maybe I call it a gimmick, but the idea of the reward of doing the Signature Series is we moved on to having the only way to get our signatures both on it is through this option, and this artwork is only found through the Signature Series, and then on the inside of each individual comic, the inside cover is a faded picture of what the Signature Series art plate is going to look like. So this is issue 5. Now, if you look at the others, it came out perfect. Here's all the others. They match. You have your whole set, and it goes together. However, the other one that showed up, like I said, I think I keep calling it issue 5, but I think this is actually issue 5. Oh, we have a bit of a problem. Now, you run into this stuff when you get things printed. Now, I'm going to pay for this out of pocket because it was my fault. I was the last line of defense. I'm the one who actually cleared the digital proof to get these printed. And boy, did I fail somewhere. Now, they sent me a warning error, and they said you don't have enough artwork, which doesn't make sense. See the artwork, see the white border? Well, the white border is not supposed to be there. This art is supposed to go to the edge. Well, they're trying to, I guess their automated system said, we don't want to cut off any of the picture. So there's not enough art there. But when they sent me the digital proof, the trim line was right at the very edge of where the artwork was. See, for this one, there was some bleed in the digital file where the trim line was like right here, and there was a little bit of extra picture left over. That's like it's called the bleed. That's what you don't care if it gets trimmed off. And you need a little bit of picture there, because if they trim it and the trimmer's a little bit off, so what? There's art there, and you're not getting these, misshapen prints. Anyhow, so I don't know what I was thinking, but I cleared the proof, and like I said, I knew the print would be touch and go. I knew it would be cutting it close, I should say. But when this showed up, I was gutted. I'm like, wait, why does it have that white border on it? So I open it up, and this is where I was like, oh, I'm going to eat this. It's like $80 print job. Now, luckily, one thing I did do good, though, is since we had some issues after COVID, if you notice the boxes are smaller, I only ordered 1/3 of what I needed for stock in case there was any print errors. This is what we need to fill our orders. So if these clear, it's kind of like a double system, because I wasn't about to spend like $200 to get a whole stack printed and then have the whole stack. So I think I lost like $60 out of pocket getting it printed. But this is how it showed up with the border on it. And again, I cleared it. I should have double checked. I did correct it. I'm waiting for the correction to get here. It'll be here any day, and I'll show you how that looks. But that border sucks. And now the thing with them is, if you cut them down, if you, let's say you want to get a whatever they're called, it's one of those industrial cutters. It's not even, it's for the office. It's an office cutter. It doesn't matter because the size is not gonna match up. So even if you trimmed it and tried to save some money, you don't want a collector putting these together and having it not match. I mean, that's terrible. So I'm just going to eat the cost on it. But then I was thinking, well, what do I do with, you know, like 70 of these prints? I thought, what if I cut the names off? And then we have little, I don't know, a little zombie face. But the artist was like, you know, it's a super exclusive art print that you can't get anywhere else. We're not going to sell these again. So it's kind of a bummer to give away art print that's supposed to be special. And I agree, so I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I hate to throw them in the trash, so I cut this one out just to see if I could play around with something. And I love how it looked. And I was like, you know what? Maybe in the future we can create some cool art like this that has, you know, uneven edges to it, where it's not like a block. So at least maybe it gave me an idea for something in the future. But for now, I'm going to hang this up in my office. I guess see if my daughter wants some to hang up in her room. She likes some gory stuff. But yeah, I'm stuck with a whole box of stuff I can't use. And maybe if I get time, I mean, believe it or not, it actually takes, you know, a minute or two to cut. So it'll probably take a few hours to cut all these up. I could put them in with People's Signature Series, so that way they're the ones still getting the exclusive art. But I thought that was cool. But anyway, this is some of the risk you run when you're multitasking. And you know, it is rare, to be honest, that you screw up on a digital print. I'm always extra nervous. I always triple and double check. And somewhere along the lines, I read their notes wrong. I even looked at the digital proof, and I swear, man, there was no border on the digital proof. So I'm going to have to double check it. But I got an email to the company. But like I said, chances are, since I cleared it, chances are I'm going to eat it. Companies don't just say, oh yeah, sure, whatever. They'll fight you on it. I had a company that for our Indiegogo, that they straight up made a mistake. And then they did like the cheapest math. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you $13 to make up for the error. And I tried to explain to him, I was like, well, I need the order. I can't be short because that's what I'm selling. And they were like, well, it doesn't matter. And I was like, well, I'm not going to order another 100. I only need, you know, 35. They were like, well, here's $13. Deal with it. And that's what you got to do, because they get so much business. They're not going to bend over backwards for small printers. They're not. So anyhow, another company, I'll make a follow-up video because I just realized this is probably going to sound terrible. My cell phone doesn't connect to a plug anymore to have my good microphone on this cell phone. I just friggin' remembered. I got a new phone a few months ago. But I'll show you the trading cards when they show up. And there's more stuff behind the scenes people were asking. Now, I know it's only probably, you know, 50 or 100 people that are curious about printing your own comic and your own merch and stuff like this. So I'll make a few videos. If you guys have any specific questions, let me know, and I'll try to get to that. Thank you very much. and stay tuned for more to come.